Dear students, in the earlier lecture, we have defined unitary operator. In this lecture, we are going to prove some results. So let us see the result. Theorem. Let T be an operator on Hilbert space H. Let T be an operator on Hilbert space H. So what do you mean by operator? Operator means a function from H to H which is linear and bounded. Then the following statements are equivalent to one another. First statement is that T star T composition, let me call this as A statement. T star T is equal to identity. Second statement is that inner product of Tx and Ty is equal to inner product of x and y for all xy belongs to H. The third statement is that norm of Tx is equal to norm of x for all x belongs to H. So these statements are equivalent to one another. What it means? If one of the statements is true, then all other will be true. Or if one of the statements is false, then all other statements will be false. So let us establish the equivalence by proving. We are going to prove that A implies B, B implies C, and finally C implies A. So that will give us the equivalence of these statements. So first, let us prove that A implies B. Statement A implies statement B. Consider the hypothesis, that is T star T equals to I. This implies that T star Tx is equal to Ix. I denotes identity operator on H. Here I made mistake. T star T is equal to I. So please note this. T star Tx is equal to Ix for all x belongs to H. This implies that we have to prove that inner product of Tx and Ty equals to inner product of xy for all xy belongs to H. So this implies that inner product of T star Tx y is equal to inner product of Ix y for all xy belongs to H. This implies that Tx, we are using property of adjoint or defining property of adjoint operator. So this is nothing but T star star y is equal to, and this is identity operator. So identity operator means Ix is equal to x. Ix is equal to x. So this is equal to inner product of x and y for all xy belongs to H, because Ix is equal to x. Further, here we are using definition of adjoint. This implies that inner product of Tx and Ty, inner product of Tx and Ty equals to xy, because T star star equals to T, because T star star equals to T. The reason for this step is that since T star star equals to T, that is the reason. And this is what we wanted to prove. So we begin with A. This is nothing but statement A, and this is nothing but statement B. So we proved that A implies B. Now let us prove B implies C. So it is fairly simple to prove the result B implies C. Second result is that B implies C. So let us begin with statement B, which is our hypothesis. The hypothesis is that Tx, Ty, inner product of Tx and Ty is equal to inner product of x and y for all xy belongs to H. This implies inner product of Tx and Tx is equal to inner product of x and x for all xy for all x belongs to H. Here we have taken y is equal to Tx, which also belongs to H. So this holds for all xy belongs to H, and we can take y is equal to Tx, y is equal to x, y is equal to x, which belongs to H. So this implies norm of Tx square is equal to norm of x square for all x belongs to H. This implies that norm of Tx is equal to norm of x for all x belongs to H. So this gives us proof of statement C. So this is nothing but statement C, and this was statement B. So we proved that statement B implies statement C. Now in third part we are going to prove C implies A. The final implication which we are going to prove is C implies A. So let us prove this result, C implies A. In order to prove that C implies A, let us begin with statement C, which is given as norm of Tx is equal to norm of x for all x belongs to H. This implies that norm of Tx square is equal to norm of x square for all x belongs to H. This implies that inner product of Tx and Tx is equal to inner product of x and x for all x belongs to H. This implies that use definition of adjoint. So what we will get this as inner product of T star T x with x is equal to this x. I am going to write it as Ix. So inner product of Ix and x for all x belongs to H. For all x belongs to H. This implies that inner product of T star T x minus Ix, I am shifting this term to left hand side, and by using properties of inner product I could write it as inner product of T star x minus Ix with x is equal to 0 for all x belongs to H. For all x belongs to H. This implies that inner product of T star T minus I x, so better I will write it in this way, T star T minus I x is equal to 0 for all x belongs to H. This holds true for all x belongs to H, and this implies that T star T is equal to I. T star T minus I is equal to 0. This implies that T star T is equal to I. So the important point to note that we are using this result. Which result? If we have result, since we have proved this result and we have used it several times before also, if we have Wxx is equal to 0 for all x belong to H, then W must be 0 operator. Implies that W is equal to 0. Well, W is operator on H. So here what is W? It is T star T minus I, and it was T star T I. So we began with statement C, and at the end we have obtained the statement A. So this completes the proof. We have proved all three equivalences. A implies B, B implies C, and C implies A. Finally, let us prove or let us obtain an equivalent definition of unitary operators. In this result, we will get an equivalent definition of unitary operators. So, the statement of the theorem is this. Theorem: an operator U on Hilbert space H, an operator U on Hilbert space H is unitary if and only if U is, so better let me use T as an notation, if and only T is isometric isomorphism of H onto itself. T is isometric isomorphism of H onto itself, of H onto itself. So proof is, we can divide the proof in two parts. The second part will be the converse of first part. So suppose T is, these are two parts. T is isometric isomorphism of H onto itself. So we have to prove that this part implies this part. It is unitary. We have to prove this part implies this. Let T be an isometric isomorphism. Let T be an isometric isomorphism of H onto itself. Then T satisfies these properties. First, T is linear. Secondly, T is bounded. Third property is that T is 1, and onto. And fourth property is that norm of Tx is equal to norm of X for all X belongs to H. So, in order to prove that operator is unitary, we just want to prove that T star T equals to Tt star equals to I. So, first of all, note that T is invertible because it is 1, 1 and onto. So, this implies that T is invertible. Okay. Secondly, note that by previous theorem which we have proved, if this gets hold, then we can write T star T equals to I. This follows from previous theorem which we have proved. So, thus we have two facts. T is invertible and T star T equals to I. So, T is invertible and T star T equals to I by previous theorem which we have proved. We have seen that if T star T is equal to I, then norm of Tx is equal to norm X, and conversely if norm Tx is equal to norm X, then we have T star T is equal to I by previous theorem. Hence, if we multiply, hence T star T is equal to I. So, if we multiply this by T inverse, post and pre multiply, we can do both things. So, let me post multiply this by, multiply means we are taking composition. So, this implies that T star Tt inverse is equal to T inverse This implies that T star, this is identity, so this implies that T star T inverse, and this implies that T star is its inverse. So adjoint is inverse, so we can write that T star equals to T star T equals to I. And this implies that T is unitary. So this is what we wanted to prove in first part, that T is unitary, assuming that T is an isometric isomorphism of H onto itself. Now second part, in second part, let T be unitary. So second part, let T be unitary operator on H. So let T be unitary. Then this T will satisfy certain properties. So it is operator, means it is going to be linear. T is linear. Second property, T is bounded. Third property is that T star is equal to T star T is equal to I. So due to third property, we have the fact that so T is invertible, that is 1 1 and on 2. So T is invertible and 1 1 on 2. Further, by previous theorem, if this property gets solved, then we can write by previous theorem, we can write that norm of Tx is equal to norm of x for all x belongs to H. This follows from previous theorem, by previous theorem. So all properties required for isometric isomorphism get satisfied, and thus T becomes isometric isomorphism of H onto itself. Also by previous theorem, we have norm of Tx is equal to norm of x for all x belongs to H. For all x belongs to H. Thus, T is an isometric isomorphism. Thus, T is an isometric isomorphism of H onto itself, This completes the proof of the theorem. This theorem gives an alternative definition for unitary operators. In next lecture, we will study projections on Hilbert spaces. Thank you.